Hey guys, Mike here from Sell Your Service, and I want to talk about why you should never, ever, ever split up your brand into more than one brand, and why no successful brand in history has ever done it. So before we jump in, hey there, if you're new, my name is Mike, I run sellyourservice.co.uk. If you're a funnel builder, I want to help you earn as much as you want by attracting more clients, selling more funnels, and building more funnels. I've got some free training down below on how to find customers for your marketing funnel business. That's in the link in the description. You can go ahead and check that out. In the meantime, let's talk about why you should never, ever, ever split your brand up into two brands just to capture two markets. So I get asked this question a lot. In fact, I get asked this question more times than I care to think about. A lot of the time it's to do with focus. The question usually goes something like, should I split my brand up into two brands to focus on two different markets? I'm going to take a couple of examples here and I'm going to anonymize them so that I don't call anyone out, but they usually go something like this. Hey guys, we have a successful web design business or a marketing funnel business. We've noticed that we've started to attract more and more clients in this particular area. Should we keep a generic marketing and website business and then also have a second brand to focus on this new niche that we've discovered? Or another one is when people say, look, we've got 3 different brands in our business. We started out with this particular type of customer and we now have a number of people asking for websites in a different area, but should we be focusing on one brand or should we be focusing on all 3 brands? The problem is we're struggling with SEO and focusing on attracting clients in a certain area. One of our brands is really taking off and we don't know quite what to do. Let's be really clear here. This is not a question of branding. This is a question of focus and fear. This has got absolutely nothing to do with your brand. No successful brand in the history of mankind has ever successfully split their brand into more than one brand and both been successful. There are a few very rare occasions when this has happened, such as Coke and Diet Coke, but in actual fact, both market shares have been falling over the past few years since Diet Coke kind of created its own brand. And I think the biggest thing that people forget is that at the moment you don't have one brand. I think it's massively overestimating how powerful and how well known your business is to say that you've already got one brand and should you split it into a second. I think the thought process here is that if you have a generic business and a generic website business, that can attract customers of any sort of type. Yeah, you've stumbled across a niche and maybe you should focus on creating a brand for that niche. The problem is that that isn't a branding question. Like I said, that's a fear question and a focus question. I believe that most people ask this question because they're actually afraid of losing customers from one or another company rather than putting all their eggs in one basket. I'm of the opinion and thought that you should put all your eggs in one basket and that you should absolutely 100% double down on one business and focus on growing that business exponentially rather than trying to focus your efforts across 2 or more businesses. It seems absolutely insane to me that this is even a thought process for some people, and I understand why we do it. It's because we're afraid to let go. It's kind of like we've got all of these baskets and we're holding on to all of these baskets and some of them have got eggs in them and we're trying to do stuff. And the reality is what's going to happen is that one basket's going to fall out and we're going to drop them all anyway. It is infinitely more productive and more secure to have one basket and one brand that focuses on one niche and putting all of your time, effort, energy, and money into growing that business and growing that brand. It's a really common mistake that people make when they start to create new businesses to focus on new niches when frankly they haven't really grown a new business themselves. Their first business hasn't taken off, so that they think, well, maybe if I start a second business, that one will take off. And that's not true. No one's ever run a marathon by starting 10. You don't run one marathon, get halfway through it and think, do you know what? I reckon another marathon might be easier. I'm going to sign up for that one. Your job as a business owner is to see everything through to completion rather than being fearful of what's going to be taken away from you or will you lose out or miss out on customers or miss out on opportunities. So you protect your idea and you create more than one brand. But the reality is you have not got one brand yet. This is the crazy thing to me. Even as someone who's got tens of thousands of followers, we're still growing. We are still massively unknown as a business at Sell Your Service, and it would be insane for me to start a new business because I think that this one isn't gaining traction fast enough. You should be putting all of your efforts into one business, into one clear business. And the reason why people don't know what one business to go after is because they're unsure of why they've set up a business in the first place. Every day when I wake up, I think to myself, how can I help a funnel builder earn as much as they want? How can I help them sell a marketing funnel? How can I help them price marketing funnels? How can I help them build marketing funnels? My entire working day is focused around helping funnel builders as an audience grow their business and earn as much as they want. If I was to then change that, or if I was unsure of that, then yeah, I probably would start a new business. But the fact is, I am so focused on helping one audience achieve one thing. So if I was to go into all those other areas, then yes, that would be incredibly confusing. When people talk about the SEO negatives and saying, oh, if I've got more than one brand, where should I be placing my content? Where should I be creating my brand assets? Where should I be building content? When people start to panic about where they should be placing their efforts for SEO and social media and all this kind of content and stuff, I think, why are you doing this? Like, what's the driving force behind you setting up any business? Setting up multiple businesses is not going to help you grow one business. Your job should be to focus on one business. And typically that's because people don't know why they're doing it. They also don't know the audience or the niche that they're going after or that they want to help. But I guarantee you that splitting your business off or trying to grow 3 brands is not going to happen. And if we're being honest, you don't even have one successful brand yet. So I don't know how growing 3 brands is going to help you become successful in one. Instead, what you should be doing is focusing on one brand and just growing that brand. You should be putting all your eggs in one basket and dedicating all of your time, energy, and effort to growing that brand. No wealthy, successful business owner in history has ever got where they are by putting too many eggs in too many baskets. They've put all their eggs in one basket and they've done everything they can to grow that business. Yes, in the future they have then set up other businesses and future businesses, but they have what we call a muse, a business that generates the majority of their income and the majority of their security, that allows them to go off and set up other enterprises and other businesses. It's a fear question, it's a focus question. Take the pressure off yourself and don't think about growing more than one brand. Think about growing one brand and think about nailing that. And the reason why we do this is because as one brand slows down and we think we've got to change our marketing tactics, we think that setting up another brand or another business will help us get there faster. In actual fact, we should be doubling down on the business that slowed down growing and working on growing that. Is this a problem that you faced? Let me know in the comments below. I've actually got some free training on how to find customers for your marketing funnel business, which is usually a very key linchpin in growing a business. That's in the link in the description below. In the meantime, if you're a funnel builder, consider subscribing. A like and a share would be really appreciated. If you thought that this video was useful, I'd massively appreciate that. Let me know in the comments below if struggling to grow a brand, or if you've ever thought about splitting a brand out and growing 2 brands has ever crossed your mind. If you've got any thoughts or responses to my kind of little micro rant here, let me know. I've probably got a couple of videos either side here as well, talking about growing a brand and growing a marketing funnel business and finding customers for your marketing funnel business. In the meantime, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'm Mike from Sell Your Service. I'll see you on the next video. Keep building those funnels.